Here are important guidelines to keep in mind as you embrace the challenges of online classes. 1. Set up a good working space. It is important that the place is quiet, clear, and free from distractions. 2. Make yourself look good online. Wear clothes the way you do when you go to school for in-person classes. 3. Have a respectful tone. When communicating with your teachers and classmates, observe a certain level of formality. Use respectful greetings and signatures like Good morning, Mr. Dow, Hi, Ms. Taylor, please, and thank you. 4. Be kind and be professional. Make it a point to be respectful in your comments even if you disagree with others. Conduct yourself in an online class with the same respect, politeness, and professionalism that you would exhibit in a real-life classroom. 5. Properly use your webcam and microphone. It's good to show your face to give the impression that you're actively engaged with the lesson. Turn your microphone off when your teacher or others are speaking. This will eliminate background noise that can be distracting. 6. Properly use the chat box. Don't post irrelevant remarks. Instead, use the chat box to clarify misconceptions or share great ideas you have about the topic at hand. Don't yell by typing in all caps. In most situations, typing in all caps is perceived as inappropriate. 7. Always make an effort to use proper punctuation, spelling, and grammar. Observing these ensures clear expression of your thoughts or ideas. 8. Make sure to submit your assignments the proper way. Knowing how to properly submit your work online is key to your success as an online student. 9. Take time to read. When asked to comment on a post, take some time to read through each of the previous discussion post responses before writing your own response. And 10. Think before you type. What you share in an online classroom becomes part of a digital record. I hope that you observe these guidelines to help you in your online learning. May you have a wonderful school year.
Oops. Oh, a happy and blessed day, class. I hope you'll find everything today well. I'm Sir Aaron John F. Cortez, your English teacher. Today, I'll take you to the world of fun and excitement as we go along to our learning journey. So, fasten your seatbelts. In this learning session, all you need to do is to sit and watch as we gradually unfold all the learning tasks which you will surely enjoy while learning at the same time. Your module for week number 1 has something to do with examining biases, for or against, made by the author. At the end of this module, you are expected to: number 1, identify example of bias. Number 2, examine bias in various texts. So what are you waiting for? Get hold on your modules, paper, and ballpen. Together, we will unravel all the learning tasks which you will surely enjoy while learning at the same time. Now, it's time for us to measure or gauge our prior knowledge about the topic using the activity From What I Know. For your pre-assessment, read the following statements carefully. Then, answer the questions that follow. Do this on your answer sheet. You will be given 1 minute to do this task, and your timer starts now. Time's up! You really amaze me with your ideas. Since your answers from these activities may vary, evaluation and checking will also be done right after this video. High five for a job well done! An important part of evaluating an author's ethos is identifying that author's bias. Bias is any opinion that influences a person's thoughts, feelings, or actions. A person can be biased against something or have a bias for something. An author's bias is any opinion or prejudice that affects the author's writing and prevents the author from being completely neutral about the topic or issue about he or she is writing. Let us now look back from your previous lesson using the What's In activity. For your What's In activity, determine the issue conveyed in the following text. Write S if it is social, E if it is economic, M if it is moral, and P if it is political. Write the correct answer on your answer sheet. You will be given 1 minute to do this task, and your timer starts now. Time's up! You really amaze me with your ideas. Since your answers from these activities may vary, evaluation and checking will also be done right after this video. Good job, class! You are absolutely fantastic! Are you now ready and excited to get motivated with the next learning task? If so, let's get started. Bias is when you have personal opinion for or against something. Oftentimes, This opinion on or favor for something is not based on reason or experience. For your initial activity, try to accomplish the task below. Choose the biases that match the subject. Write your answer on your answer sheet. You will be given 1 minute to do this task, and your timer starts now. Time's up! You really amaze me with your ideas. Since your answers from these activities may vary, evaluation and checking will also be done right after this video. Good job, class! You are absolutely fantastic!
Smile and learn.
Hello, friends! How are you doing? I'm sure you've heard about the coronavirus. Do you know what it is? Sure you do! Everyone is talking about it! I've looked up information about what we know so far to explain it to you, although there are still many doubts to be solved. COVID-19 is a disease caused by a virus, which belongs to the family of coronavirus. This virus is the one that caused a pandemic in 2020. A pandemic is a new disease that spreads all over the world and affects many people. So far, we have observed that this virus can spread very easily via vectors like objects we have touched, through sneezing or coughing. This can cause many people to get sick during the process of transmission. That's why the disease has spread worldwide. As you know, the important thing now is to look after ourselves and others. That's why many measures have been taken. To avoid the spreading of the virus, it is advisable to follow some hygiene standards. Wash your hands very often or use hydroalcoholic gel. Did you know that this way the material that envelops the virus is broken? If this material is broken, the virus can't infect the cells. Be careful with the objects you touch, and avoid touching your face. Keep a safe distance from others to protect yourself and them. If you use a mask, be careful not to touch it once you've put it on. The mask should cover your mouth and nose. Cough or sneeze into your elbow. Research is very important to be able to solve all our doubts. Moreover, we should thank all those people who are working and helping so that we can get back to normal. Would you like to be a superhero? Follow all prevention measures to protect yourself.
If you're not feeling well, let your parents or teachers know. You may have to stay at home to feel better and protect others. If you have doubts or feel nervous, talk to your family or teachers. They can surely help you.
Let us now dig deeper about the topic using What is it? What is bias? Bias in writing can be defined as: number 1, a prejudice against something an author is writing about. Number 2, favoritism for something an author is writing about. And number 3, An author letting feelings or emotion cloud his or her objectivity with regard to something he or she is writing about. An important skill of critical reading is the ability to detect an author's bias. The reason for this is to avoid invalidation of an author's claim. There are several ways to detect an author's possible bias and prejudice. Here are the examples. Bias is a subjective way of thinking that tells only one side of a story, sometimes leading to inaccurate information or false impression. When you research, it is crucial that you identify the level of bias in potential sources. Below are some possible sources of bias. Always remember, the author shows bias when he leaves out information or alter facts to force the reader to have a certain opinion about the subject or to convince the reader to take a certain action. Reading requires that a reader recognize bias in writing. On this recognition, the reader may become a victim of the writer's propaganda. To identify bias in a passage or article, the reader must read through the material and ask, what does the writer want me to think or to do? Bias is often present in editorials, advertisements, religious publications, and political materials. Now, it's time for us to explore more about the lesson we discussed using the What's More activities. For your independent activity number 1, examine the following sentences and write B if the statement shows bias and NB if not. Write the correct answer on your answer sheet. For your independent activity number 2, study the following sentences below. Write the words which makes the sentence look biased. Do this on a separate sheet of paper. And lastly, for independent activity number 3, read the following paragraphs, then try to determine whether there is bias. Then, answer the questions that follow. Do this on a separate sheet of paper. You'll be given 1 minute to do this task, and your timer starts now. Time's up! You really amaze me with your ideas. Since your answers from these activities may vary, evaluation and checking will also be done right after this video. It is now time for us to reflect about your learnings using the What I Have Learned activities. For your What I Have Learned activity, summarize the concepts you have learned by filling in the missing important key ideas to complete the paragraphs. Do this in your answer sheet. You will be given 1 minute to do this task, and your timer starts now. Time's up! You really amaze me with your ideas. Since your answers from these activities may vary, evaluation and checking will also be done right after this video. Let us now put everything into actions with what I can do. For your What I Can Do activity, read the following scenarios and decide if situation shows bias or not. If the scenario is biased, write the support sentences. If not biased, write the sentence that presents the facts. You will be given 1 minute to do this task, and your timer starts now. Time's up! You really amaze me with your ideas. Since your answers from these activities may vary, evaluation and checking will also be done right after this video. It is now time to evaluate your overall learning about the topic with the use of your final assessment. For your final assessment, read the following paragraph and answer the following questions. You will be given 1 minute to do this task, and your timer starts now. Time's up! You really amaze me with your ideas. Since your answers from these activities may vary, evaluation and checking will also be done right after this video. For your assignment, read the following. And that's all for today. I hope you'll learn and enjoy about this session. Thank you for your cooperation. Till next time, bye!